Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 creepy things hidden in photos. How many photos have you taken today? Chances are you've taken at least 1 or 2, as that's the average. So with all these photos being taken, there's no wonder that sometimes something creepy that shouldn't be in the photos appear. So get ready to be totally creeped out by these photos with scary things hidden in them. But first, be sure to turn on notifications and press the big red subscribe button too. Coming in at number 10, we have Girl in the Background. A family photo is surely one of the most innocent types of photos. However, it can turn very creepy, especially when a freak coincidence occurs. This is exactly what's taking place in this image. One dad from Suffolk, UK named Michael had 3 daughters. However, for 10 years one of them had been missing. The missing daughter was named Lisa and was 31, disappearing when she was 21. In the summer of 2007, it was coming up to the 10-year anniversary of her disappearance. So, to remind the public to keep looking, he took a picture with his 2 non-missing daughters for a local paper as they were writing about the missing daughter. However, it was only until later he discovered he'd taken Lisa's picture while taking the photo for the newspaper about her being missing. In what might be the most unbelievable coincidence ever, in the background of the image was Lisa pushing a stroller in green pants. Michael was overjoyed and made sure the image was published in every local newspaper. Thanks to this, Lisa finally came forward and reunited with her dad. It seems she'd started a new life in London, but was back in town that day visiting a friend. And by the most amazing chance, she'd been snapped by her dad accidentally. Is this a miracle, divine intervention, or just a coincidence? It's times like these that really do make you wonder. Next up is Unfaithful. So the last photo was all about a family reuniting, but this one is more to do with a family breaking up. One image went viral back in 2010 for a crazy reason. A boyfriend decided to pay his girlfriend a surprise visit. While they were together, the boyfriend took a picture of his girlfriend. They proceeded to have a nice, normal time. However, it was a few days later when the boyfriend realized something shocking hiding in the image. Look carefully and a person can clearly be seen hiding under the girlfriend's bed. This isn't a crazy stalker, however, it's the person the girlfriend was cheating on her boyfriend with. He didn't notice when he snapped the picture, but afterwards it became clear. The guy and girl probably thought they got away with it, but the boyfriend ended up spotting the detail a few days later. This would be the best evidence in court for a divorce. But as they weren't married, the couple simply broke up. And legend has it he's still hiding under that bed. Next up is Shadow. Now this one is super creepy and maybe even supernatural. A girl and her mom were down in the basement of their house looking for something. The mom then decided to take a photo of her daughter for Facebook. However, as she did, her daughter made a scared face. The mom asked what was wrong and the girl said she saw something moving. The basement was pretty dark and the mom just assumed she was scared of the dark. But it wasn't until later when the mom posted the photos onto Facebook when she saw something creepy. In the bottom right corner of the image, there's a shadow that appears to be moving, and her terrified daughter is looking right at it. The mom didn't notice when she snapped the photo, but after the truly terrifying nature of the image was revealed. Some speculate that the thing in this image is a shadow person, which is a heavily documented thing. Skeptics often call these shadow people a psychological illusion, but this time it was caught on camera. Do you think this is a real shadow person or something else? Next up is Accident Demon. This photo is super creepy for 2 reasons. The first is because of what's in the image, but the second is because of the context of the image. In Malaysia, a car accident had taken place on a road. A car had somehow flipped over and come off a small bridge into some water. Soon rescue teams, passers-by and press photographers showed up. People snapped photos, then after a while the car was taken out of the water and life moved on. However, one of the images was posted online to a news website, and eagle-eyed people began spotting something very odd in the photo. Underneath the bridge appeared to be some kind of demon. It looks like it has green skin and glowing eyes. They say trolls live under bridges, but perhaps demons do too. Its smile is very sinister, and some say this demon likely caused the car accident. Do you think this is the case, or is this demon innocent? Also, if you're a defense lawyer, then call up, because this demon really needs one. Next up is Phone Call. This photo seems totally normal at a first glance. It's just a girl lying on a bed taking a phone call, but if you look closely you'll see something about the image is a little backwards. Do you see it? Well, in case you didn't, check out the girl's legs and you'll see they're backwards. This image is not only very odd, it's unexplained too. It was first posted to a Russian image board without any explanation. Some say the girl has a kind of condition that make her legs go backwards, while others say she's just double jointed and is able to twist her legs around in a very creepy way. Honestly, I don't think it matters what the explanation behind this photo is, as it's scary either way. The only thing I'm totally sure of here is that the image is one of the creepiest things I've seen all day, and I've seen a lot of creepy things researching this video, trust me. Next up is Stalker. On this list we've seen ghosts, shadow people, and even demons. However, some people aren't scared by these things as they simply don't believe they're real. But one thing we can all agree on being real is stalkers. Stalkers are just creepy humans really, and we all know they exist. One night, two girls were hanging around in a park after dark. One of the girls then decided to snap a picture of the other girl thinking nothing of it. Little did she know, however, she caught something terrifying. In the background appears to be a creepy, mysterious figure. They're standing in the shadows and are dressed in what looks to be a long black robe. They're also pale white and are standing in a sinister way. The girls realized this man had been stalking them all night, watching them from a distance. Luckily, these girls were picked up by one of their moms shortly after this image was taken, or who knows what their stalker would have done. This guy reminds me of one of those creepy clowns that were popular in 2016. However, this man looks a lot more serious and is clearly watching these girls very closely. I'm just glad these girls are still around to tell the tale and post this spooky picture. Next up is Family Matters. We've already covered one family photo on this list, but this family photo also includes someone or something unexpected but in a much less positive way. During a fun night in, some women in a family decided to take a group family photo. It was all normal except one daughter of one of the women was crying. They weren't sure why, so they ignored her and took the photo anyway. However, after the image was loaded onto one of their computers, they noticed something that would explain the girls crying. In between the legs of two of the women was a ghostly figure of another girl. One of these women had recently lost a daughter, so many people think this is her ghost. Why only the child saw it is a mystery. It could be due to her height or perhaps her age, as ghost experts say that animals and children see ghosts while adults don't. What do you think could be behind this creepy image? Whatever it is, I'm sure it's very unsettling and very, very creepy. Next up is Ghostly Husband. This image is very odd. It's kind of creepy in some ways and kind of nice in others. One day in Australia, a granddaughter was taking a photograph of her grandmother. It was all normal at the time, however afterwards she noticed something in the background of the image. It seemed to be a ghost, but not just any ghost, the ghost of her grandma's husband. She called her grandmother and they both agreed that nobody else was around at the time of the image being taken. The figure is clearly the woman's husband as he looks identical and is looking at them in a very odd way. Nobody's sure how this image occurs and it was even in local papers at the time. However, since this image, neither the grandma or granddaughter have seen the ghost again. The husband had only passed away a few weeks before this image was taken, so perhaps he wanted to make one more family visit. One thing's for sure, this image is very creepy, even though it is kind of nice for the grandmother to have one last image with her husband. Next up is Creepy Man. At first, this image seems like a cute photo of some kids. However, it's totally ruined once you see the very creepy man looking up behind the kids in this photograph. The image was taken a while back, however it was documented. The weird thing about this is that the father who took this image of his kids said that nobody was behind them when he took the photo. The mystery of who the man is, where he's going and why is still unsolved and remains one of the creepiest things ever to this day. Some say he's an undertaker, which would explain his fashion sense, but others say he's some kind of sinister demon or monster who hunts for kids. This would explain why he's looking over at the children in a creepy way. If you think this is just a passerby, then you'd be mistaken. The man took this on his own land, and he would have noticed if somebody in creepy clothing was walking behind his backyard. What do you think this man is doing, and who do you think he is? Next up is Party Ghost. As kids, we all loved having birthday parties. They were a time to see friends and family, open presents, and eat a whole lot of cake. Back in 2001, a girl was having a great time at her birthday party in Texas. Her mom took a snap of her just before the party started, but in that snap was something very creepy. The woman was looking at the images after the party and noticed a small area of disruption of the image. Then after simply adjusting the image's lighting, she could make out a creepy figure in the background. It looked like a little boy wearing face paint, however the girl was the only child in the house at the time. Some say this boy is a ghost of a boy who used to live in the house but passed away. It's very creepy and mysterious that this was caught on camera and in such a subtle way. Experts have analyzed and tested these images, but the results simply say this image is normal. So if it's not a camera error, what could this person or thing be? Some don't believe in ghosts and say it couldn't be that, but I'm struggling to think of anything else it could be. What do you think? Most of these images did contain ghosts or things like that. Now, although ghosts haven't been completely proved, what do you think about them? Because so many people say they're real and so many people say they're fake. There are a lot of fake stories and fake images of ghosts which are clearly not real. But the images on this list are real, and I guess will make a lot of you question your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed these scary photos, and I hope you're not too scared to go to sleep tonight. Although I would check under the bed, and in the cupboard, and in the attic just to be safe, you know. But guys, if watching this video scared you, then think about how I feel having to research all this stuff. In fact guys, while researching I found many more creepy images, so if you want me to make a part 2 to this, then